Alrighty, welcome back. Haven't done a trade breakdown video in a while, it feels like. So in this video, just gonna go through a few examples over the past week, some pretty nice setups, and just walk through them and show you what I'm seeing. But real quick, before that, just wanted to do a super quick catch up on some achievements that we've crushed in our Discord lately. Haven't done one of these in a while, so we've got a few to get through. We've got CMR Canada, who just got a $500 payout from Top Step, very nice. RN crushing it as always with his million accounts. Now he's got 2 million accounts with a bunch of payouts as well. What's new there? Nothing new. Noyal, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but insane, $4,600 payout, crushing it. Myself, I just passed another Lucid Pro account. I'll go over the specific trade that passed me that account coming up later, so we'll go deeper into that. JP, who just passed 2 Top Step funded accounts, awesome. AFG Malad. So he did pass a Lucid Flex account, but I just read recently that he blew it, so a win and a loss there. But at least it's a step in the right direction. If he can pass one before, he'll pass another one. It's as simple as repeating the process. We got AK, who got his first payout. Very nice, very nice. And JDW, who passed his first Top Step combine. Oh, second, sorry. First and second. Trading the 4-hour 5-minute, so interesting. Remnants of Cramson Capital. Rest in peace, Cramson. But yeah, very nice. All right, super quick 5-second summary of the strategy in case you're new. We wait for 1 hour virgin wicks, which is untouched wicks, to get closed through. We then mark off that wick level as a point of interest. We then wait for price to trade into that point of interest, along with fair value gaps and a liquidity sweep. Then we look for a 1-minute IFVG entry to take a long. And we also want to make sure we are on the right side of the dealing range. But of course, you can always check out my free PDF and the Discord for more details. Let's get into the trades. All right, so this was a beautiful, beautiful setup that I just saw happened last night. Well, last night for me, so 10 a.m. New York time on Thursday. I was asleep, but we'll go over it anyways because this was a really nice setup that I hope some people caught. So we're at 10 a.m. Let's mark off our POIs. So if I go to my 1 hour, you will see we have this really nice bearish close through all these. I'm not going to mark them all off because it will get too messy. But we have a bearish point of interest here on the 1 hour. What I also noticed is even on the 2-hour chart, there is also a bearish POI here as well. And on the 4-hour chart, there is a bearish point of interest, all occurring at the same time. So from 10 a.m., we have, so from my vertical line there, we have 1 hour POIs, 2-hour POIs, and 4-hour POIs. So that's telling me, like, okay, very strong momentum to the downside. So next step would be hopping on my 5-minute chart, marking off my range, which is here to here. And looks like we've got a midpoint right there. So as long as we tap into this area, we should be sweet. And then we've also got nice 5-minute FVG here. And yeah, nice 15-minute FVG there as well. So we'll go back to the 1-minute chart. And as you can see, price comes up, engages all the POIs, taps into this 5-minute FVG, and then we also get a nice sweep of this high here. Followed by a nice strong inverse fair value gap right there. Pretty nice thickness, as you can see, very clear and obvious, and we get inverted in like 2 or 3 candles. So this is like a dream setup to me. This has everything you want. Multiple time frame POIs, nice thick 5-minute FVG, nice 5-minute sweep as well. Like you can't really ask for much more. Deep into premium. So upon this candle closing, you could have entered, and you could even just put your stop up there above that candle. And I feel pretty confident. Well, I've already reviewed this trade, but even before I looked at it, I felt pretty confident that it was going to go down to hit this drawn liquidity for about 7R. But if I wanted to play it safe, I would just target this drawn liquidity down here for 4R. And let's watch it play out. So you do end up getting that 4R pretty easily. And if you did decide to hold on to the lows, you do eventually end up getting the 7R trade. Bang, there you go. It took some time, so you would have had to hold until 3 p.m. New York time, but you do end up getting it. But yeah, I mean, this was a beautiful setup. It's got nice strong POIs, beautiful FVG and sweep into a strong V reversal IFVG in the premium. Everything you want to see. Study this setup. But let's move on from that. We'll go on to this one. So this was a setup I took myself personally. This was the one that passed the evaluation that you saw I shared before. So this one was a bit naughty. So it didn't actually have a point of interest, but it had everything else perfectly, which is why I decided to take it. And this is a case of you need to know the rules before you can break the rules. If you're still new, I would recommend just sticking to the basics, taking only setups that have all of the criteria met. But this one, even though there was no point of interest for me, so for example, if I go to my 1 hour, there is no bearish point of interest to work with. My 2 hour, there is no bearish point of interest. The only thing I'm going off is we swept out all of these relative equal highs. So essentially we broke out of this massive range that we've been in for like over a day. We swept up, took out the high of this range into an unmitigated 15-minute FVG and it was a 30-minute FVG as well. So me personally, I consider these still valid until they get closed through with a body, and they had not yet, so I still consider these valid. So we had this relative equal highs sweep and a bunch of FVGs. And we are deep into a premium, depending on how you draw your range. Like, we are in a premium either way, even if you draw it like this, or you draw it like something like this. Either way, the fact that we just swept to the high of a massive range, we are deep into a premium. So even though there's no point of interest, we swept a bunch of highs, we got some FVGs here, and then a really nice strong IFVG down. So I'll move these across. Yeah, so we swept this high, bang, IFVG, bang. Got in here, something like that, and I only needed these lows. And bang, there you go. So everything's there for this trade except for the point of interest, which I do not recommend doing if you are new. But once you understand all the different moving parts, you can tinker them a bit and play around them. But yeah, that was a nice trade I took. All right, here's another nice example. So this one was during Asia on Wednesday night. So this is the 9 p.m. Chad candle we're looking at. It closes through this Virgin wick, creating a bearish point of interest. So from 10 p.m. we could look for entries. All right, I'll go to my 15, see if there's any FEGs. All right, so there's an FEG here. And a bunch of highs. So ideally we sweep up here and take out all these highs into that FEG, and then we get a reversal down. Yeah, I personally haven't been too active during Asia, but I have noticed there are some decent setups. So it could be worth looking at. All right, so the hour starts 10 p.m. Let's see, POI gets engaged, but we have not tapped into these highs or this FVG yet. So still waiting, kind of just chopping around. Bang, we get a nice push into, sweeping all these highs into this FVG. And if I had to draw my range, it would be something like this. And so that means we finally tap into a premium. So now just looking for an IFEG, and bang, there you go. Would have been one there. Bit small, I would rather wait for this one. This one's more significant to me. And then upon this candle closing, you can enter there. No need to put your stop all the way up there because we're pretty far from it. Something like that seems reasonable. And yeah, obvious drawn liquidity down here. And I believe, yeah, that's a nice 2.3R right there. All right, so here's a setup on NQ a couple of days ago where everything was there. So there's a bullish point of interest. Where am I? Here. Ah, yes. Yeah, so there's a 2-hour point of interest here. As you can see, the midnight candle closes through this Virgin wick here, creating a point of interest we can look to engage from 2 a.m. And all right, so next up, go to my 15-minute chart. There is an FVG here. So the reason I didn't take this one and I didn't like it is because if I just zoom out, it kind of looks like we're just pushing further into premium. Like it doesn't really look like we're in a discount at all. Like no matter which way you draw it, like if you draw it from here to here, or here to here, or like here to here, or even here to here, I just can't find any range that says we're in a discount. Maybe if you did like this one, but that's, I don't really like that. But I'll go through the setup anyways. So we have a 15-minute FEG here. We tap into it. Where's my point of interest? Ah, right, okay, yeah, there's one here as well. So my indicator picked that one up. So that was a Virgin wick that got closed through, creating a point of interest right here. So let me just move that across, bang. All right, so POI gets engaged, 15-minute FEG gets engaged. And we actually get a setup here. So there is an IFEG here. But I didn't like how there was no liquidity sweep. So, all right, let me get rid of this. It's a bit messy. So we didn't really take out any lows, as you can see. We're kind of just, there are no major swing points that get taken out on this FVG. So I would not consider it, even though you have a potential setup right here. Something like that. So yes, there is a swing low here, but it's not a swing low on the 5 or the 15-minute chart. So we keep going, and then we finally get another sweep here, and I'll just show you on the 5-minute chart. It is a significant swing point on the 5-minute chart that gets taken out. Now we can begin to look for IFVG entries. As you can see, there was also a 5-minute FVG here. Any on the 15? Yeah, still in that 15-minute FVG as well. So once that liquidity has been swept, we then get an IFVG. There's a small one there, which I don't love. I'd rather wait for a thicker one like this. Bang. So upon this candle closing, you could enter there. Stop loss just below this candle, targeting these highs. So definitely a valid setup, which does end up winning if you don't follow the premium discount framework. But me personally, I did not like how deep it was into a premium. As you can see, it's just been trending up the whole time. But I guess that's just the kind of market we're in right now. We just keep sending it, keep ripping it way higher. But yeah, that was all the examples I wanted to go over. Pretty chill week so far. Personally, yeah, I haven't been super active myself, but even across Virgin Week Theory, I think it's been pretty quiet, pretty chill. But yeah, hope you like that one. See you next time.